The zeal in Gashagua as compared to other United Opposition Front leaders is unmatched. As much as I don't prefer Gashagua, like I would say Gashagua is not my ideal candidate for presidency, and I wouldn't vote for his election as a president. He has demonstrated to his counterpart that power is something you don't receive on a silver platter. Power is something that you really have to fight for. Now, I've seen some online criticism saying that, Gashagua is doing his counterparts bad. But listen, this is a playing ground. And remember, they did say they will sit together and choose the appropriate candidate. And remember, each one of them is voting for this seat of presidency. Talk of David Maraga, talk of Martha Karua, talk of Kalonzo Musyoka, talk of Eugene Wamalwa, talk of George Natembeya, Peter Salasya. I mean, there are so many persons in their camp who are actually eyeing the seat of the presidency come 2027. And that can only be done, or you can be chosen as the ideal and popular candidate if on ground your effect is being felt. Therefore, even if you go online today to try and Google stories in the digital platforms, both in print and in video format, the person who will appear on top of the list is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. So even if it were you to try and choose, let's liken it to interview process. Somebody will appear in the interview and they'll be asked about their experience, how they have been doing their jobs, and they offer evidence. Basically, the human resource will pick that person who is performing or even overperforming just for the betterment of the company or the institution. I would liken that to Gashagua. And in politics, nobody, do you expect that Gashagua will campaign day in and day out just to come and say, now I leave for you to go and choose Kalonzo Musyoka, or I leave for you to go and choose Fred Matiang'i? They also should show equal zeal, equal energy in terms of looking for votes. I know, as much as we don't want Gashagua, we could see now this one, we are talking politics. We are not now talking about if he's the ideal or the most popular candidate. We are talking about the energy he is exerting in order to be on top of the list in terms of candidates who will be considered to be the flag bearer of the United Opposition Front. Therefore, I would urge, if I will be the advisors of other United Opposition Front leaders, I would urge them to exert equal energy or similar energy that Gachagua is exerting. I believe at some point they need to come at a convergence to agree that now we are picking this candidate. Evidence of this was when Rigathi Gachagua traveled to the USA to meet the diaspora communities. The opposition was blowing cold because we couldn't feel the opposition, and we could see now the government who are in power. They could now walk freely around the nation, continue with their pathological lies, launching ghost projects, until when Gachagua stepped back in the country. Then again, we saw a vibrant opposition during his reception at the airport. He went quiet for a short time. I remember in one of my videos, I did say, like, the power that Gachagua had before he traveled to the US is diminished. I'm not seeing that energy that Gachagua had. What has happened? And just somebody offered me a response by saying that he has been threatened so much that he had to play low. But that is not Gashagua's character of coiling his tail or bending low to threats. No. Remember in Meru when the crowd was singing Rigathi Gashagua Nekianage Simba, he's the son of the lion, meaning he is unshakable, he is unthreatened. So that excuse did not lie well with me. Well, lately I've seen him with his Karatina, Moranga to he actually confirmed that he's actually the person who is controlling the mountain. We like it, we don't like it. He's confirming it. Yes, he has organic crowds, unlike the president who has to pay people to attend his meetings in State House. That shows something. There is something in him that can pull crowds, and the people of the mountain seem to have already agreed that this is our Jabba Nene. So, whether we like it or not, we do say that power belongs to the people. The sovereignty of the nation belongs to the people. We only delegate the duties to our leaders who practice so we can give them the indirect way of practicing that power. But directly, we as a people, we can practice that power. And right now, it seems in the mountain region, they have delegated that power to Rigathi Gashagua. What's your take on this? Because personally, I think in that outfit of the opposition, if Fred Matiang'i will also be pushing himself so much, if David Maraga, if he had the zeal and the energy to traverse the nation, because if there is a candidate whom I believe can step anywhere in this nation without having an altercation, is David Maraga, the CJ Emeritus. CJ Maraga could traverse Nyanza, coastal region, Rift Valley without objection. So only if he had the power and zeal to campaign, then automatically he would have been the darling of the people, especially this younger generation, the Gen Zs, would have elected him because he demonstrated his nonsense, in terms of dealing with corruption. Therefore, tell the other leaders not to sit pretty waiting that Gashagua will give them or toast that power that is bewildered in the mountain on a silver platter. Imagine this case. Just like Gashagua consolidates the mountain, Kalonzo should have consolidated the combination. Let's say Matiang'i will be concentrating on Kisii. Then they have what we call a convergence point. This convergence point whereby all of them are there together to see how the crowds are responding. This is not just a matter of sitting down, writing their names down, mixing them and telling somebody to pick. So whoever picks becomes the automatic candidate. No, we have to see your power in ground. What's your take on this? Kindly give me your take in the comment section below. If you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press notification button. So anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Halif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.